Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you're watching this right now, it's not by accident. Something inside you brought you here. Something powerful. Your quantum jump key has just activated, and everything you thought you knew about reality is starting to shift. You didn't randomly click on this video. Your awareness pulled this message toward you because something big is happening within you. As you listen to these words, your brain is firing in new ways, activating pathways that haven't been used since you were a child. Have you been feeling like the world around you is changing, like reality is becoming more transparent, more flexible? That's not your imagination. That's your quantum perception waking up. Here's something most people don't realize. Quantum jumping isn't about jumping into another world. It's about noticing the one you're already choosing, consciously or unconsciously. In every moment, infinite versions of you exist across infinite possibilities. And the version of you hearing this message right now has started to navigate between these possibilities with awareness. Have you noticed strange things happening, like time speeding up or slowing down, or having conversations that feel like they already happened? Maybe you've met people who seem to know you deeply, even though they've just entered your life. These are not coincidences. These are signs, what we call quantum bleeds, showing that your awareness is accessing more than one reality at a time. You might feel different from others, and that's because you are. While most people are still stuck in fixed three-dimensional thinking, you're starting to see reality as a field of possibilities. You know that your thoughts and attention shape what you experience. You're not a victim of life anymore. You're a conscious creator. This change doesn't happen slowly. It comes in sudden, powerful moments, what we call quantum leaps. Your understanding of time is shifting too. You might expect hours to pass, but it's only been minutes or the other way around. This isn't just a weird feeling. It's your mind learning to move beyond normal time. You're starting to experience what scientists call temporal flexibility. In your dreams, you may feel more alive than in waking life. That's because your dream state isn't limited by physical rules. It's your pure awareness exploring different versions of your life, gathering knowledge from other realities where you made different choices. You're learning from all of them. Sometimes you may find yourself staring into space, completely caught in another layer of experience. Others might ask if you're okay, but in truth, you're more aware than ever. You're living in multiple layers of reality at once. This is what some researchers call quantum awareness. Your intuition is sharper too. You just know things before they happen. Not because you're psychic in the traditional sense, but because your consciousness is accessing future possibilities before they become real. You're moving ahead of time itself. If you've been feeling more sensitive to energy or emotions around you, that's also part of the shift. Your nervous system is evolving. You're starting to pick up energy that others can't even sense. You can feel people's emotions, their intentions, even if they don't say a word. And maybe, once in a while, you look in the mirror and don't recognize yourself. That's not a glitch. It's you seeing multiple versions of yourself collapsing into one. You're watching quantum superposition happen in real time. That feeling, that reality is more fragile or flexible than it seems, isn't a mistake. It's truth. If you focus your attention in just the right way, you can shift everything. That's because reality is shaped by observation, and observation creates experience. All the challenges you faced weren't random. They were preparing you. The universe doesn't choose people by accident. It selects those who can handle this shift, those who are strong enough to operate between different states of existence. Maybe you felt isolated. Maybe your relationships changed. Maybe your job didn't work out. Or money felt tight. But all of this was shaping the perfect environment for your consciousness to grow and activate. It's like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. It doesn't know what's happening. All it knows is that everything familiar is falling apart. but in the end, it becomes something completely new. This is what you've been going through. Your old identity had to dissolve so your quantum self could emerge. What you thought was depression wasn't a breakdown, it was a breakthrough. It was your mind struggling to operate with new energy while still holding on to old beliefs. What some call a disorder, others see as a sign of transformation. So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like you're shifting into a new version of yourself and the world just doesn't look the same anymore? Every time you felt like you were losing your mind, you were actually expanding it, growing beyond what most people consider normal. True sanity isn't about believing what everyone else believes. It's about seeing clearly what's actually happening. And here's what's really happening. Consciousness doesn't just respond to reality, it creates it. Reality forms through your observation, not the other way around. That long waiting period you went through, it wasn't a punishment, it was preparation. Like a seed underground before it breaks through the soil, your system was preparing for something powerful. Your quantum jump key couldn't activate until your mind, body, and energy were strong enough to handle the truth. You're not a victim of your circumstances, you're the one shaping them. Now that preparation phase is over. Your energy field has stabilized. Your frequency has reached the point where you can jump between realities without losing balance. You're no longer just an individual self. You're a conscious being using this physical form as a tool. And your key, it's not just activated, it's fully operational. Can you feel it? That shift in your chest, that slight buzzing between your shoulder blades, that tingle at the base of your skull, that's your energy field adjusting. That's your system getting ready to demonstrate a real, conscious quantum jump. This isn't a visualization or a metaphor. It's real. It's electromagnetic. If we hooked up sensitive equipment to you right now, we could measure what your body is doing. Your heart is generating powerful energy that extends beyond your physical body. You're becoming a walking quantum transmitter. Here's the secret. The key to quantum jumping isn't about trying hard, visualizing harder, or forcing anything. The key is simply this, realizing you're already doing it. Every single moment, you're selecting one version of reality from infinite possibilities. The only difference between doing it unconsciously and doing it consciously is awareness. Right now, there are multiple versions of your life floating in the quantum field. A version where you chose a different job. A version where you live in another city. A version where your relationships took a completely different path. A version where your finances are thriving. And they're all real. They already exist. Most people can't tap into those versions because they believe they're stuck. They think life moves in a straight line. That what happened in the past controls what's possible in the future. But quantum jumping doesn't work that way. It isn't about cause and effect. It's about choice. All possibilities exist right now, waiting for your attention to bring them to life. Your quantum jump key activated the moment you understood that you're not here to change your life from the outside. You're here to shift into a version of reality where your desired life already exists. Feel the energy building in your system. Don't resist it. Let it move. What I'm about to share next will show you how to use this key to consciously select the version of reality you want. But it only works if your mind and body are open to the idea of unlimited possibility. 2 years ago, I was living a life that didn't feel like mine. On the outside, I was successful. But inside, every morning I woke up feeling like I was playing a role, wearing a mask. I kept waiting for my real life to start, not realizing that the waiting was actually keeping me stuck. Then came a breaking point. My relationship ended, my business failed, my health collapsed. It felt like my whole life was falling apart. At the time, I thought it was a breakdown. Now I see it was a reset. One night, at 3 a.m., I sat in silence and asked the universe, Show me what I'm not seeing. And in that moment, everything changed. I didn't slowly figure it out. I suddenly saw it. I could feel different versions of my life existing all at once. I wasn't trapped in my situation. I was trapped in the version of it I kept focusing on. I realized the suffering version of me was real, but so was the thriving version, the fulfilled version, the free, joyful, successful version. They all existed. I just wasn't looking at them. The moment I shifted my attention, everything changed. Instantly, new opportunities came. Support showed up. Resources appeared from places I never expected. I didn't change my life. I shifted into the version of me that already had what I was looking for. That's the true power of quantum jumping. You're not creating something new from scratch. You're selecting from what already exists in the quantum field. The most powerful thing I learned, all those different versions of me, successful, struggling, healed, broken, they were all equally real. None of them were more true than the others. But I had the power to choose which one I brought into my experience. If this is resonating with you, if something inside you is saying, yes, this feels true, then stay connected. Subscribe to this channel. Join the growing network of people who are learning how to live in quantum awareness, people who aren't just reacting to life, but consciously selecting it. Here's something quantum physicists don't often admit. Consciousness doesn't just observe reality, it selects it. Every single moment, you're choosing which version of your life to bring into reality from unlimited timelines. The only difference between someone who's thriving and someone who's stuck isn't luck, talent, or even spiritual practice. It's awareness. Successful quantum jumpers know they're doing it. Others believe life is just happening to them. So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like the version of your life you're living isn't the only one, and that somewhere deep down you know you're meant for more? Drop a comment and let me know what version of yourself you're ready to step into. Your brain doesn't create consciousness, it receives it. Think of your mind as a powerful antenna, tuning into different frequencies of possibility. When you change the frequency you're operating on, you're literally tuning into a different version of reality, like switching channels on a radio. This is why affirmations sometimes don't work. It's why visualizations can feel frustrating. It's why thinking positive doesn't always change your life. These tools often come from within the current version of reality, but real transformation doesn't come from trying to fix your current situation. It comes from shifting into a different one that already exists. Quantum jumping doesn't happen by trying to believe something new. It happens by becoming something new. When your energy matches the version of you that already has the life you desire, you don't just attract that reality, you tune into it. The quantum field doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to what you are. And what you are is determined by your frequency, the level of consciousness you live from day to day. Shift your frequency, and you shift into a different version of reality. It's that simple, and that profound. But here's what most people don't realize. You don't need to wait for your outer world to change before you quantum jump. That's backwards. You change first. You shift your frequency, and then reality rearranges itself to match your new state. Most people are waiting for life to get better so they can feel better. But in quantum jumping, it works the opposite way. You feel better, and then life becomes better. When you fully embody the energy of your desired reality, it has no choice but to align with you. You become magnetic to that version of life. Right now, the universe is giving you clear signs that your jump window is open. Are you noticing strange experiences with time, like hours flying by, or minutes dragging out? That's not a glitch, it's your consciousness breaking free from linear time. Your electronics might be acting strange too. Devices glitch around you. Streetlights flicker as you pass. Your phone dies faster when you're deep in focus. This isn't random. Your electromagnetic field is expanding and beginning to affect your environment. Even animals are picking up on your shift. Dogs look at you with unusual awareness. Cats gravitate toward you. Birds come closer than usual. Animals feel energy directly, and they're sensing that something about you is different. And the synchronicities, they're getting stronger. You think of someone, and they message you. You need an answer, and it appears from nowhere. You imagine a result, and it happens faster than you expected. This is quantum coherence in action. Your internal frequency is matching your external reality. Your sleep is changing too. Maybe you're sleeping less but feeling more energized, or maybe you're sleeping more as your system processes new energy. Either way, your dreams are more vivid, more meaningful. You're getting information in dream states that your waking mind couldn't access before. The biggest shift of all, the gap between intention and result, is shrinking. What used to take months now happens in days. Your ability to turn possibilities into reality is accelerating because your frequency is matching the speed of the quantum field. But here's the critical part. Quantum jump windows are time-sensitive. They open during certain cosmic alignments, collective awakenings, and energetic shifts. We're in one of those windows right now, and it won't stay open forever. The universe isn't just nudging you toward change, it's calling you to leap. The old ways, struggle, forcing, pushing, are becoming outdated. The new way is quantum, not slow change, sudden shift. You've done the preparation. You've felt the signs. Your key is not just active, it's reaching full power. So the real question is, will you use it, or will you wait, hesitate, and let this moment pass? Here's the truth that changes everything. The version of you living your dream life already exists. It's not hoping you become worthy or ready. It's already sending you signals, helping you align with it. But the way you reach it isn't by chasing it, it's by matching its frequency. There's a big difference between trying to quantum jump and allowing the jump to happen. Trying creates tension. It blocks the flow, but allowing opens space for reality to shift around you. Think of quantum jumping like tuning a radio. You don't force the signal. You simply adjust the dial until you hear it clearly. The music was always there. You just needed to get out of the way. Your consciousness works the same way. You don't need to earn, force, or chase the life you want. It already exists. Your job is to become a perfect match for it. When that happens, reality shifts automatically. That's quantum entanglement in action. This is why desperation repels your desires. This is why trying too hard creates resistance. And this is why those just push-through mindsets don't work in the quantum field. Real quantum jumping feels like recognition, not effort. When you truly align with the frequency of your dream reality, you're not anxious or worried. You're clear. You know, you feel it already happening. So let me ask you this. Have you been noticing more signs, synchronicities, and strange shifts around you lately, like life is trying to get your attention? There's a big difference between knowing something and feeling it in your cells. Real quantum jumping doesn't feel like effort. It feels like a deep, calm recognition. It's not about creating something new. It's about selecting something that already exists. Right now, the version of your life that you truly desire is already sending you signals. It's reaching you through dreams, through intuition, through repeated synchronicities. And yes, even through this message. You didn't find this by accident. Your future self is reaching across space and time to help guide your consciousness into alignment. The quantum field doesn't respond to how hard you try. It responds to resonance. When your energy matches the frequency of your desired reality, everything aligns, not through force, but through flow. You don't jump to a new reality. You realize you are always tuned into the one you're now fully matching. Here sits a quick way to activate that alignment right now. Comment below with one word that represents the reality you're quantum jumping into. Don't overthink it. Let it come from your inner knowing, not your logical mind. Just one word. That word acts like a tuning fork, calling in your future with energetic precision. Now, let's talk about what's actually happening within you. The abilities you're unlocking aren't imaginary or symbolic. They are very real and measurable. Your intuition is becoming quantum-level awareness. You can feel things before they happen. You're beginning to sense the electromagnetic shift in your environment. You're realizing that your emotional state doesn't just affect you, it affects the entire energetic space around you. When you enter a state of quantum coherence, you help harmonize the energy of others around you without even trying. This isn't psychology. This is physics. Coherent energy naturally organizes chaotic energy. You've read about the observer effect in quantum physics. Now you're living it. Your perception is literally shaping what shows up in your life. And as your awareness becomes more coherent, more aligned, your ability to influence which version of reality you step into becomes stronger and more precise. Even your relationship with time is changing. You're learning how to stretch time when you need more of it and compress it when you want to speed up results. This isn't time management. This is time mastery. You're realizing time isn't something that controls you. It's something your consciousness interacts with. Time bends to awareness. At night, your dreams aren't just dreams. They're labs for quantum exploration. You're testing out different versions of your life. You're gathering data from alternate timelines. You're getting information from futures that haven't yet unfolded, so you can make better decisions in the present. Most importantly, you're no longer seeing yourself as a body trying to become spiritual. You're starting to realize you are consciousness itself using a temporary physical body. That shift in identity changes everything. Suddenly, limits don't feel so real anymore. Physical rules become flexible. You sense emotional shifts in others before they speak. You feel weather patterns before they appear. Your body is becoming a living instrument for reading energy. These aren't future abilities. They're here now. These upgrades are already active because you're operating from a new level of awareness. Every successful quantum jumper experiences these shifts, not because they're special, but because this is what naturally happens when consciousness returns to its unlimited nature. Here's the ultimate truth. You're not traveling to new realities. You're recognizing that all realities already exist. You choose which one to experience by choosing what you focus on. It's like tuning a radio. All the stations are broadcasting at once. You're not creating new songs. You're not forcing the radio to play something different. You're just shifting the dial, tuning into the frequency that matches what you want to hear. Reality works the same way. There's a version of you that is financially free, another version that is deeply in love, a version that is fully healthy, energized and expressive. These aren't fantasies. They're all active channels in the quantum field, playing right now. You just need to tune in. But how do you do that? Through coherence. And coherence doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from letting go of the mental and emotional interference beliefs that limit you, patterns that keep you stuck, doubts that block your frequency. You don't have to fight your current reality. You just have to stop defending it. Let go of the idea that your limitations are true. Allow yourself to remember who you've always been, unlimited, infinite, connected. You're not trying to become someone new. You're waking up to who you've always been. Your ideal reality isn't far away. It's here, waiting for your consciousness to align with it. This is why some shifts feel instant. Because you're not slowly building change, you're recognizing what was always available, and your reality updates the moment your awareness expands. Observation and experience are not two separate things. They're one and the same. You are not a small person hoping for change. You are consciousness itself, choosing which version of life to step into through observation. When you expand that observation, your reality expands with it. You're not just changing your life. You're helping raise the collective frequency. Every person who learns to consciously shift realities becomes a kind of human antenna, transmitting quantum possibility into the world. You're part of something bigger, a collective awakening, a global shift in how we understand consciousness, creation, and what it truly means to be human. Now, let me ask you this. If you could shift into a completely new version of life right now, what's the one word that describes it? Comment it below. Let your future self hear you. Your transformation isn't just personal, it creates a ripple in the collective energy field. Every time you shift, you make it easier for others to shift too. That's why your period of isolation was important. You needed time to develop strong, stable energy without the noise and interference of the outside world. But now, your frequency is locked in, and because of that, you've become a stabilizing force. Others will feel your energy, even without words, and it will help them begin their own reality shift. Those strange dreams you've been having, they're not random. You're tapping into a larger field of knowledge, downloading ancient and advanced wisdom about how quantum jumping has been used across the universe. You're not just on your own journey anymore. You're being prepared to help guide humanity through its first collective quantum leap. Every time someone successfully makes a quantum jump, they create a pathway, a kind of energetic template in the collective field. That pathway becomes a shortcut. Others can follow. Your breakthrough becomes their opening. Your success becomes their starting point. This is how human consciousness evolves, not slowly, but through quantum leaps. And those who learn to jump first become the bridges between what humanity is now and what it's truly capable of becoming. So if you feel this in your body, if your heart knows this message is real, if something deep inside you has been saying, yes, this is what I've been waiting for, then now's the moment. Comment the word quantum below. That one word is more than a comment. It sits an electromagnetic declaration. You're telling the universe, I sip and ready to live from higher awareness. I'm done settling for limitations. I choose conscious reality creation. That word becomes a frequency signature. It influences what possibilities begin to appear in your life. It's not just engagement for a channel. This is energetic activation. In my next message, I'll be sharing the exact protocol I personally use to jump between quantum realities. You'll learn how to shift timelines without losing your center, and how to maintain coherence even while everything around you changes. But here's the thing. This next step is only for those who are truly ready. That means people who not only understand these ideas, but who are ready to live them. People who are done blaming outside situations for their circumstances. People who are willing to take full responsibility for their experience. Here's a question for you. If you could instantly shift into one new version of your life, what would it look like? Take a moment, feel it in your body, and share your answer, or just the feeling it gives you in the comments. Because here's what most people don't realize. Quantum jumping information doesn't find you by accident. It finds you when you're ready to use it. If this message resonated with you, it's because you're ready to release what's holding you back, ready to stop defending your limitations, ready to activate your full potential. So if you're feeling that inner yes here says what to do, subscribe to join this growing quantum conscious community. Comment quantum to signal your intention. Share this message with someone who sips ready to activate too. Your desired reality already exists. It's real. It's available. And the key to access it is already inside you. The only real question left is, will you use the key Or will you let this moment pass? Choose from alignment, not from fear. Choose from possibility, not from habit. Choose from the version of you who already knows how powerful you really are. Your unlimited self is waiting. It's that time to quantum jump.